I think sponsored content's fine. Like, there are some things that I'm not really a big fan of, right? Like, I would never take a sponsorship from, like, a gambling website, for example. Like, that's something I just never do. And at the point where I feel like what somebody's doing is, like, what something's doing is, like, harming my audience, then that's what I'd have a problem with more than anything. Unethical companies? Yeah, exactly. Those profits are predatory? Yeah. So, like, taking like, I don't even have a problem, like, free to play games or, like, pay to win games. Like, I don't think that's a problem at all. That's completely fine to me. Why is that fine? Because you know going into it that's what it is. Like, that's fine. And people have a choice, like, not to play. But like, gambling and games that are, like, just any casino type stuff, like, loot boxes are bad, but I don't think I would really rule that out in terms of, like, a sponsorship. But actual, like, genuine gambling, I would. Maintaining what you find ethical for yourself. Yeah, loot boxes literally are gambling. They're not literally, they are literally gambling in a way, but it's not the same thing because you can't get money out of it in the same way. So I wouldn't really compare loot boxes to, like, playing slots or something like that, or, you know, playing the lottery. I don't think that's really a fair comparison. This guy's farming him too. What's this guy doing? It's worse than I managed to take money, give nothing back. I don't know. Like, that kind of stuff is, like, it depends on what it is, and, like, also, I don't know, like, it's, I think about it a lot, and it's kind of like, to an extent, like, how much is a person responsible for themselves, and how much is, like, a company responsible for the person's behavior. So, like, if you have somebody who's, you know, like, addicted to gambling or whatever, you know, is it really, like, should gambling be illegal because some people don't have self-control? I don't like the line of logic that because some people lack self-control, things should just be disallowed. So cigarettes have warnings? Yeah. I think that those games should be properly labeled, though. That's something I definitely agree on. In terms of, like, being said, it's like, this is, you know, this has gambling in it, etc. It should definitely have that. Some pay-to-win systems are RNG on kids, though. Yeah, I mean, I think that they are and they're not. I mean, to a certain degree. It's like, if you have a kid and, like, your kid's just, like, using your credit card and buying things constantly with a pay-to-win loot system, that's kind of the parents' fault. I don't like the parents blaming, like, a video game company because they're bad parents. Like, I understand, like, obviously, like, there are times where, like, I mean, a parent can't watch every single thing a kid does, but I think that a parent can keep up with, like, a kid having access to their credit card. Like, my parents had no problem doing that. It just seems like a ridiculous thing to think. Yeah, it's always a matter of degree, though. So you have some companies that just kind of are really, really predatory with it. Didn't you rip your dad off for years? Yeah, and it's his fault. Like... I mean, like, the thing is, like, yeah, he fucked up. Like, if he went and he blamed Blizzard for that, he'd be a fucking moron. Like, I was able to rip him off with it because he gave me his card and he didn't check his statement and look into it. It's like if my kid ripped me off like that and scammed me like that, I'd be proud of him. I'd be like, good job. That's just, you're just like your old man. That's basically what my dad said to me. He didn't say it directly, but I could tell he was proud of me that I scammed him. He's like the old man, you know? Is your parents didn't ruin your credit score? Put a loan in your name without permission? Yeah, that's not good. But, yeah, I mean, to me, like, I don't, I don't know. I think to some of these parents, like, it's like a certain point, like, I don't think, like, the internet needs to be doing the parenting for the parents. At a certain point, like, the parents have to have, like, some degree of, like, personal responsibility on being able to direct what their kid does and doesn't see. It's like, basically, like, if you can't stop your kid from going to, like, a porn website, which you probably can't, like, realistically, like, nowadays, I couldn't imagine, like, if I was a kid nowadays, I'd have no problem, like, going to a porn website or some kind of shit like that. I mean, I had no problem doing it back in the 2000s. Every kid has a phone. Yeah, it's impossible. So it's like, if these kids can find, like, hardcore fucking porn and, like, all kinds of bad stuff, I can't see how, you know, anything, like, lower than that would be, like, a real big issue. Or is, like, the website's fault. Like, if you're gonna tackle, like, problems with, like, kids or something like that, at least look at, you know, start with porn, and then once you get that taken care of, then move back from there. Like, porn websites, you go on the website, it's like, you're 18, it's like, yeah, alright. There it is. Compares short games worse than issue porn? Yeah, I'd say so. But, like, what I mean is that, I think that, like, for example, like, kids being able to, like, I don't know, depends on, like, what it is. It's kind of like a weird conversation to have, honestly. Done for gaming because you won't get a phone? Of course I'd get my kid a phone. Why would I not get my kid a phone? Like, fuck yeah, I'd get my kid a phone. Like, I'd want him to understand and learn technology as soon as he could. Like, I don't want to train my kid to just be, like, stupid. Yeah, of course. When you were a kid and you'd be pissed as fuck you couldn't watch porn? No, because you'd just figure it out anyway, right? I mean, whenever we were kids, like, we always found a way to, like, find porn and shit like that. It was never an issue. I feel like kids nowadays, it's the same fucking thing. Don't train Luddites? Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to train my kid to be, like, a loser and, like, not understand or, like, know how to use or interface with technology. You used to watch porn on my PSP? Yeah, because you could look it up on the Google search. Yeah, I did the same thing. Let's see. Yeah, because it had like a thing you could do that. Figure out how to use tech even if they don't have a phone. Yeah, exactly. They'll use their friend's phone or something like that. I don't know. I think it's just like about like bringing your kid up to have good values, and then hopefully those values carry over in their decision making. Over the values carrying, are you retarded? No. I think if you raise your kids a certain way, there's going to be a higher probability that they'll act a certain way. So like if you raise your kids and you tell them, you know, don't steal, there's going to be a lower chance that they're going to steal than if you tell them to steal. What do you mean?